Hey everybody, we're back with another Fringe preview. I'm very excited about this one. One of my favorite playwrights in town, one of my favorite actors in town, Kevin Crowley, is with us, talking about the Rembrandt job, this year's Fringe Festival. Like, first, before we even get started, I gotta tell you, my favorite Fringe show ever, maybe my favorite show ever, is Sarge. I still can't stop thinking about that script and Christine Dai's performance. So I can't wait to see what you got for us this year.
Well, thanks, Kirk. That's very kind of you. And you got theme music. I love that.
We're big time here.
Your own house band. So several years ago, I wrote a play called The Riverside about Pete Rose getting ousted from baseball, and at the time it sparked. We had a really good response to that show, and I started thinking about other Cincinnati stories that I wanted to tell. There's so many: the Beverly Hills Fire, the Who concert. And when I was a little kid here, I recall there was an incident that happened in 1973 in which two Rembrandt paintings were taken from the Taft Museum right around Christmas time. And when I started looking into the project or into the story, it's just this side of Keystone Cops. The two young thieves were 21-year-olds from Loveland, in way over their head. The whole idea was cooked up by a guy named Donnie Johnson, who lived up on Mount Adams, and so he ran in the same circles as some of my family. But he just proposed the idea. These guys executed it on their own. Once they did, they called him up and said, "Donnie, we got the Rembrandt job. We did it." And he's like, "I want no part of this." So he turned them over to a guy on the west side who owned a nightclub called the Speakeasy by the name of Jim Howe, who claimed to have been randomly selected out of left field as the intermediary. And what transpired over the next 4 or 5 days was this Jim Howe and a man named John Warrington, who ran the Taft Museum, or was the head of the board of the Taft Museum, kind of went on this adventure together, and this bromance developed between this very buttoned-down lawyer who ran the Taft Museum and this very flamboyant West Side club owner who drove around with a pet lion in his convertible. And I'm not making this up, and everything that's in. I mean, I've embellished a little bit, but for the most part, that's the story.
Are we going to have a real lion in the show?
I only had that budget, Kirk. You know how I do it.
Well, it is Fringe. Yeah. That's awesome. I can't wait to see this. This is so exciting.
And the whole story. So the two paintings were one was called "Man Leaning on a Sill," and the other was a portrait of an old woman. And so the portrait of an old woman, played by Dale Hodges, narrates the whole story. Amazing. So the painting narrates the story. So
what a casting coup, by the way, for Fringe. I mean,
Dale and I are friends and have worked, always looking to work on stuff together. And she had called me up about a month ago and said, "Hey, do you got anything?" And initially, I was having the piece narrated by the man leaning on a sill, and I said, like, "Well, this is an easy fix. If I can get Dale,
Yeah.
So
that's great. So it's Dale. Are you in it as well, or are you just writing this time?
I'm not. Nope.
Okay. Nope. Michael Bath, you said, is in it. Anybody else?
Michael Bath. Yeah, it's very much story theater. It's very presentational. Michael Bath, Dale Hodges, Paul Morris plays Jim Howe.
Oh, awesome.
Clint Brokamp plays John Warrington.
Cool.
And then I found a trio of young actors. Somebody who's this young man, Evan, who's an improviser over at Cincy Improv, and then Grant, who works at Children's Theater as a recent Xavier grad, and Jack, who was in, as I said, Hand of God. Out at
awesome.
And,
great.
And they play a variety of parts. Yep.
I can't wait. The show is at Gabriel's Corner this year. That's a great venue, very comfortable seats. Here are the show times. You can get your tickets at cincyfringe.com. Of course, tickets are available now. You can get the full frontal all-access pass for $300. That gets you into every Fringe show, including this one. Or you can get that Fringe Flex Pass. That's 6 tickets. You can use them any way you want. See 6 shows, see 3 shows with a friend, or whatever. Or individual tickets are available as well. $18 or $20 if you really want to bless the artist and pay them what they're worth. I can't, well, actually, worth more than $20, but that's a pretty good steal, especially for the cast that you just mentioned. That's a pretty good deal. I can't wait.
I think it's going to be good. Yep.
Yeah,
and Carol Bremer's directing, and I'm excited to work with her. Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, Carol's great. We're going to talk about what she's doing up there at her new spot once Fringe is over. I told her to
good.
give me a minute to get through all this Fringe stuff. I want to have a conversation about all the cool stuff that they're doing at Liberty Exhibition Hall. So, anything else we should know about the show before we let you go?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, it's a Cincinnati-specific story. If you're of a certain age, you probably remember this incident, and it's going to be educational and entertaining. I hope so.
Sounds
What more could I ask?
hilarious. Sounds creative. I can't wait. Make sure you check out the Rembrandt job. CincyFringe.com is where you get your tickets. We'll see Kevin and all of his pals. Gabriel's Corner. We'll see you all at Fringe, June 2nd through the 17th. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Kirk. Thank you.